Welcome to Da Nang, Vietnam. This is our very first full day here, and we'll be sharing our first impressions of Da Nang in another video. But before we dive into Vietnam, we want to take a step back and share a 3-month review of our travels so far. We started with 4 incredible days in Singapore, then spent time in Kuala Lumpur, made our way to Penang for its food and heritage, relaxed on the beaches of Langkawi, and even had complete medical checkups at one of KL's top hospitals. It's been an eye-opening journey filled with new experiences, big savings, and a lifestyle we never expected. So let's jump into our review of the last 3 months of travel.
To kick off our trip, we wanted to check off a bucket list item, flying international business class without paying full price. Here's how we made it happen. We'd been collecting Chase Ultimate reward points using what's often called a Chase trifecta. I had the Sapphire Preferred card, which is a $95 annual fee, plus the Freedom Unlimited and Freedom Flex cards, which both have no annual fees. Marge also had the Sapphire Preferred. When it came time to book, we each transferred 85,000 points to Aeroplan, Air Canada's program. Why Aeroplan? Because they partner with Singapore Airlines, which allowed us to redeem our points for business class tickets straight into Changi Airport. What would normally be an extremely expensive flight ended up costing us just points plus a small amount in taxes. If you're curious about the details of the process, there are some excellent YouTube videos out there that break it down step by step. Once we landed in Singapore, we didn't want to blow our budget on hotels. That's where the Chase IHG points came in. In addition to the Chase trifecta, I also have a Chase IHG card, which helped us build enough points for this stay. We booked the InterContinental Singapore for 4 nights, but here's the trick. When you redeem IHG points, you get the 4th night free. So we only used points for 3 nights, and the entire stay was completely covered. Even better than that, breakfast was included. Starting each day with a big breakfast meant we didn't have to spend as much money out, which saved us a lot of money in one of the world's most expensive cities.
Malaysia gives us a 3-month visa stay. We enjoyed every moment while being there. We felt very safe. We didn't have any concerns whatsoever. What we noticed is that there is security everywhere that you go, whether it's where you're staying, at the malls, along the streets. So we never had any fear as far as, feeling concerned about anything. The value is amazing, especially compared to the US. I think we may have done some comparison, or we will be doing some, so you can see the difference, the amount of dollars that we're saving. And the lifestyle is so much more relaxed. We didn't feel pressured, and it's not because we're retired, but the lifestyle in general. You see it around when we're walking along the streets, how people are looking. Every day in Malaysia, you see the fresh food. The food is really good. The restaurants that we went to, we were very pleased. And one of the major things that we notice is when it comes to like the sweets and the salt, there's less salt in the foods, like even potato chips, the same brand that you'd purchase, you can definitely taste the difference. Regarding the sweetness, there's less sugar in the products that you're purchasing here in Malaysia. We had the pleasure of going to the movie theater several times. And the great thing is they give you a variety of different comforts. We stayed in the seats where it reclines and you actually get a comforter over you. You can have the bean bags, you can have the bed, you can have the different chairs. And the great thing is that you can actually purchase a meal also with it. There are times that we just went with the popcorn and the soda, or you went with the entire meal. And when you get in there, they actually give you a complimentary beverage and complimentary popcorn before you even get into the movie theater. It was a wonderful experience. One of the things that really surprised us during our time in Malaysia was just how affordable and convenient daily life can be. For transportation, we relied almost completely on Grab, which is like the Uber of Southeast Asia. Most of our rides around Kuala Lumpur were just $3 to $5, which is far cheaper than owning a car, paying for insurance, or even worrying about parking. Honestly, it made getting around the city stress-free. The phone service we ditched our old US provider before traveling and switched to Tello, which gave us a very low cost plan we could maintain abroad. Then we actually arrived in Asia. We used the Aeroplan eSIM app to get local data packages directly on our phone. That meant no hunting for SIM cards at the airport. We just landed, activated it, and had instant data. Between Grab, Tello, and Aeroplan, we ended up saving a lot compared to what we used to pay back home, while making travel so much easier. When we were in Kuala Lumpur, we decided it was a perfect opportunity to do something we'd been putting off, a full medical checkup. Healthcare in Malaysia has a great reputation for being both affordable and high quality. So we booked our health screening at Prince Court Medical Center, which is one of the top hospitals in the city. The process was smooth from the start. We checked in at the wellness center, got our schedules for the day, and the staff guided us step by step. The package we chose included a full range of tests, blood work, heart and lung checks, ultrasounds, x-rays, and consultations with specialists. Everything was in one place, and what stood out was how efficient it all was. Instead of taking days or weeks like it might take back home, we had everything done in just a few hours. Between some of the screenings, we were able to relax in comfortable waiting lounge, and at the end of the day, we met with the doctor who went through all of our results in detail. They explained everything clearly and gave us advice on any follow-up steps. For anyone curious about the practical side, the package we chose for Michael was around 1,770 ringgits or 419 USDs. And for me, it was 2,008 ringgits, roughly 475 US dollars. You want to book in advance, either by calling or through their website. We scheduled ours about 2 weeks before. Planned for about half a day to a full day at the hospital. We started in the morning and wrapped up by early afternoon. Overall, we were really impressed with the professionalism, care, and value at Prince Court. It gave us peace of mind and is something we definitely recommend if you're in Malaysia for a longer stay or even just passing through and want to keep up on top of your health.
By the way, if you can hear sound in the background, we're on the 12th floor in our apartment, and I think they're having some kind of an event or a celebration downstairs. And so the speakers are out there, they've built a stage, and so that's where the sound is coming from, the music. When we first got to Kuala Lumpur, one of the things we wanted to do was find a local church where we could worship and stay connected spiritually while we were living here. There's quite a few international and local churches, so we tried a couple in the beginning. Eventually we found our go-to church, which was SIBKL. From the first service we attended, we felt really welcome. The worship was powerful, the teaching was solid and relevant, and it was great to be surrounded by a community of people from all different backgrounds, all worshiping together. SIBKL became the church that we attended regularly while we were here in Kuala Lumpur, and it gave us a sense of home and belonging in the middle of the big city. Having that spiritual anchor made our time here in Malaysia even more memorable and meaningful. Okay, next we headed up to Penang for a few days. It's an island further north. If you want to see more of that, check out our video that we did on Penang. While we were there, we stayed at the Crown Plaza, which is on the mainland. Again, it's another IHG hotel, so they allowed us to stay 3 nights with point and the 4th night free, and that's how we were able to go there. So we had a great time while we were there. Again, watch our video if you want to see more about that one.
Next, we stayed at Langkawi Island. We had a wonderful time there. We stayed on the beaches and we stayed at the Loft, which is owned by Marriott. We didn't use any points to stay there, but the good thing is we were still able to save a lot of money because it included the breakfast. We do have a video out there, so please go to that, our trip to Langkawi.
Looking back at our 3 months in Malaysia, what really stands out is just how easy and comfortable it is to spend an extended time here. There's a strong sense of safety and peace of mind. The country is incredibly modern and well connected, and yet the cost of living is so much lower than what we're used to in the United States. A fully furnished apartment, the affordability of Grab rides, and the savings on phone services all added up to a lifestyle that felt both convenient and affordable.
The food is another big reason we loved it. From fresh produce and hawk stalls to international restaurants. There's so much variety, and it's not overly salty or sweet like in the US. On top of that, the people are so polite and welcoming, and you really do feel like everyone has a place here, no matter your background or religion. And then there's the healthcare. Getting full medical checkup at Prince Court Medical Center showed us the kind of quality and value that makes Malaysia one of the best places for medical tourism.
Altogether, it's a country that gives you a lot. Modern comforts, affordability, and a warm sense of community. For us, Malaysia has proven to be one of the best destinations for long-term stays. It's definitely a place where we will return again.
Thanks for joining us today and following along with our time in Kuala Lumpur. In our next video, we'll be sharing our first impressions of Da Nang, Vietnam, and we can't wait to take you along on that adventure. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss any of our travels. See you!